pretty sure I've got everything set up. Have I got any things already on here? I want to turn all of that stuff off. First of all, oh wow, this is a really old session. I do actually have a remote. Supposedly, I'm trying to figure this stuff out. Connection to desktop. Trying to figure out how to set up this controller. Okay, if I do this, oh no. Hopefully it looks, have I forgotten to set it up properly? Yes, I have. Hold on, no, I'm doing it right, sorry. I'm a cream. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Been here before. Couldn't look you in the eye. I also want to set up a different thing. So basically, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. If you're not in the stream yet, sucks to be you, I guess. This is the place to be. Anyway, I've got a couple of... What did I have a room mic for? Is that the one that's like, yeah, the bell ring at the back door? Yeah, it is. Alright, anyway. Currently trying to clean up this session that I have. But welcome to the stream. I have a session from once upon a time. Way back in yonder when I was just a wee little fellow. And when I was still in school. I'm just doing some mixing. So this is for a band that was at this school called Milk Bar. Have we got 2 synths or just one? Might only have one. I see. Must have been trying to do something kooky. Maybe if I do that. Anyway, so I've got a few things here. First of all, let me set up these actual things here because they're not set up properly. But I need to send all of these to... Oh, they are. They're getting sent to drums. And then the bass gets sent to the bass. Otherwise, what's the point? Bass. It's a stereo thing for some reason. Actually, I'm sure I can do this. Delete. Send this to regular, same output as everyone else. Oh, hello. I need a new microphone soon. But yep, alright, awesome. Got all of that set up. Got some room mics, they can get sent to main stereo. These two can get sent to Vox stereo. These can both get sent to synth. I think I had no idea what I was doing when I was mixing this, but to give you a little bit of background. So, this is a session from when I was in uni. And this session was for a band that I was mixing. It was like my first time in the studio by myself, basically. I had some other people, but one of them didn't show up. 2 of them had to finish off a bunch of work, I remember. So it was basically just me in the studio at one point. And I kind of had the floor, you know. I think this is muted. I want to unmute this clip. Awesome. Also realized that all of these clips are not the same color. Clips in track. I need to grab them all, don't I? I hate this because I never... no, I've just made everything the same color, haven't I? Yep. There we go. Alright, if I do that, now we've made all of these. Oopsie daisy, rookie mistake. See, still making mistakes even up long after I shouldn't be. Let's do that. We'll fix it up. I think it was that color, wasn't it? Yeah, it was that red. It was that red. Anyway, the base should be... I like the base being yellow. Now, I can't remember what was over here. I think that might actually be a different song. Yeah, it's a different song. I don't know how that's happened. There were a lot of things that I remember coming back to, and it was weird. Because I remember came back and they were like trying to work something out. If I remember correctly, this would have just been something random, right? Yep, that sounds like something that guy would be doing as well. He's a great singer, but yeah, he would have been doing something there. Is that pink? That pink there. Just double check. Yep, awesome. And then just to triple check. I think I made that the right pink. Imagine if it was different. Alright, synth is purple. Synth is a very purple color. Clips in track. And then this would be purple. So then this would also be purple. I've done it all the same color? Yes, I have, I think. Hard to tell. I'm a bit of a knobhead sometimes. Alright. Let's make you also yellow. Normally the thing that I go for, drums is blue, guitars red, bass yellow. If there's acoustic guitar, that might be like orange, it depends. But like red is like for lead, then for rhythm. Anyway, so these room mics, these are actually a... Alright, what I've got to do is I've actually got to save a new set. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, cool. I've got to save session as, because otherwise I'm going to get so lost here. New folder. This can be called 2025 mixes. This can be called milk bar fixing up. The reason why I want to do this is so in that way that this little ditty here, before it ever gets lost to time forever, it's saved somewhere. It was just so basically this band was a band that we worked with. Oh my god, look at these output levels. Even if I... Oh, okay. Yeah, no. We didn't really know what we were doing, as you can tell. There's a lot of like weird things here. If you listen to the snare, it'd be weird. But this band consisted of two guitarists. One of those guitarists was a singer. Another one of those guitarists was actually ended up becoming a singer in a different band. Funnily enough, that singer is going to be in a different band with the drummer in this band, and also that drummer also drums for the band that I'm in at the moment. So it's kind of like this little kind of loop-de. Me and this drummer have known each other since the start of this whole since the start of uni. And you know, at some point I was like, I want to start doing music, and he was like, well, I'm a drummer. And I was like, all right, yeah, you're hired. And we started jamming a little bit, and you know, and it's cool because like I have tried to catch up here and there with let's change these from room mic to these are gang vocals, gang vox 1, gang vox 2, and gang vox 3. Cool. And then so now I can chuck these all into a new folder, routing folder, gang vox bus. Yeah, the good old goon vox bus. Yes, goon vox. Anyway, master should not be that color. Master should be red. Dark red. So let's go with that color. Alright. These will just keep to like the default. I think that's like the default color that they come as. Just a delay and a reverb. In fact, I'll get rid of these tracks because I don't have anything on them. So, what do we have? I'm going to get rid of this. So, now we have a blank. I should have done all of this before I started the stream, but lo and behold, that would require me to be smart. I'm gonna just do that just a little bit. As you can see, I've moved around the room. I'm not sure if you can see it in frame, but I've got some books in the background. I see that like a lot of people have books in the background. Thought it'd make sense for me to have books in the background. So I've got audio production for film and television. I've got modern recording techniques by David Miles Huber. Load of information in there. And Guitar for Dummies, which I think is going to be a very important book for me. Look at these. Oh, I know what those are. Those are like sends and returns. I'll just get rid of these, I think. We didn't know what we were doing when we started this production. Alright, so start off with the drums. Everything's routed to the drums now. We get to hear some stuff. So that's the snare top, snare bottom. So it's just starting off with this little, there will be a bass line going here. So I'll just start the song off. Alright, first of all, nothing is snapped to grid, so that's a bit of an oopsie. We didn't record any of this to a grid, so metronome's useless. Alright. That sounds great.
Bar's a fun place to go. There's so many sweet things to choose from, all reaching out.
I mean, that's sending to a delay that doesn't exist, and we have some compressors. These are not the compressors that I would use.
So welcome, 'cause it's nice to feel loved, it's nice to feel wanted, it's nice to feel somewhat.
And then that's when it kicks into gear again. I remember that synth. I don't know what we were doing with that. Anyway, so first of all, guitars are way too loud. So let's just start off with a basic mix. Let's just get this bass done. Let's see if we can get some stuff working on this bass. I always like to start off with an EQ. Basic thing. Sounds so far away. We didn't know what we were doing when we mixed this, but this should be fun. There's no thing. Hold on. 40. Let's go 50, because I don't think it goes below a G. So 50 should be fine. Bit of bass there. Get rid of some of that. This is like the creative part. Just want to listen to that bass. A little bit of clickiness. A bit of buzz there. Somewhere around there. It's like a 1k hertz. I just tracked that out. Now there's bypass. Just sounds a little bit cleaner. So that's such a dry sound. And that sounds far away. That'll be the reverb or whatever that we put on it and put it into the microphone. So, sounds like the guitars need a little bit of compression. Like I said, we were not very good at this at the start. I'm sure you listen to this and then you listen to the mix that I would have done last year for a more established band as well, and it would sound way better, like even just before I started mixing. But of course that's not what we're working with at the moment. Let's start off with this snare. Sounds great. Let me boost that. Listen to that ring. Oh, that's awesome, man. I knew what I was doing here for sure. Yeah, about high pass there. Oh, shoot. I did the cardinal sin. Right, now let's try that again. Let's find some body. About there. 200 hertz. See if we can get rid of some of that ring. I bet you there's gonna be something up here. Maybe not too bad actually. Come on. There we go. Bit less ring there. Change that from a shelf. I don't think I've really done anything there. Maybe I just want to just add just a little bit of attack to it. Blend that with the bottom. This is the great part about mixing, is you get to listen to the same thing 10,000 times. Do. This one I'll probably do 120 hertz as well. There isn't really a whole lot there. Somewhere around there. I want those snare wires to really go there. Just enhance that a little bit. About 150 is the maximum I can get rid of. I don't know why I'm starting with the snare, just because it's the thing that I remember. Got rid of a bit of that ring there. There's overheads. Oh, I haven't done that yet. Why are they separate levels? Alright, first of all, Command G. Gotta make a group of this. I'll stop it in a minute. Let's call this OHS. Let's not follow globals. You're gonna be the same, you're gonna be the same, you're gonna be the same, you're gonna be the same. Solos. Alright, we can stop now. Now we can listen to the full thing. So now if I move these overheads together, it should be like that. There isn't a whole lot of drums to do here. There's some kicks there. Now we get to do the other fun bit. Get to do this fun stuff. You can hear just how great we are at mixing it, the fact that you can still hear the snare and that kick drum there. Alright, so my kick in. Uh-oh. What did I just do there? I pressed something without realizing it. 80. Maybe little bit of enhancing. Cleans it up a little bit. Maybe a bit of snap there at the end. Somewhere around 1800 is probably fine. And then the kick out. Oh yeah, listen to that kick out. Yeah, we knew what we were doing. Sounds so bad. Somewhere around there. All of that's pretty useless to us. Alright, let's go to where the drum's fully kicking. Without the overheads and the room. That's kind of like the main kit. Oh man, this drum is so awesome. If I were to just, for example, just do this. Already sounds a bit better. Supposedly, we had a need for rack tom and rack bottom. Is that not a floor tom and a whatever? I clearly had no idea what I was doing. Anyway, I want to listen to just the overheads. The idea is that they should both do this at the same time. So if I go, what? Yeah, they go together. Probably go 120 on the overheads, just because like we don't need bass content there. Some sparkle. Get rid of some of that annoying frequency. And I'll get to the rest of this mix in a minute. I'm just doing some basic EQing on some stuff. Actually, vocals is a good place. I mean, I'm doing this totally not conventional at all, but I think that's kind of the point.
They wanted her, they didn't want me.
Listen to that.
It don't feel quite so sweet.
Need
Don't wanna taste you anymore. Hear the bell ring at the back door. They decided I was in their flavor, so I did them a favor. Won't be your treat anymore. Hear the bell ring at the back door.
I remember she was really good on this
They
song.
wanted her, they didn't want me. It don't feel quite so sweet. Don't wanna taste you anymore. Hear the bell ring at the back door. They decided I was in their flavor, so I did them a favor.
This kind of like double
Won't be
panning.
your treat anymore. Hear the bell ring at the back door.
Now the one issue is that one mix is louder than the other. So if I do this,
They wanted her, they didn't want me. It don't feel quite so sweet. Don't wanna taste you anymore. Hear the bell ring at the back door. They decided I was in their flavor, so I did them a favor.
God, I know this singer in real life. She would kill me if she knew that I was doing this right now.
Always feel so welcome. It's nice to feel loved. It's nice to feel wanted. It's nice to feel somewhat important.
I heard that. Where was it? Here.
It's nice to feel somewhat important.
That's great. We love things like that. Little chair being hit.
Always feel so welcome. 'Cause it's nice.
I mean, it's normally just good practice anyway. I mean, like, look at that. What's that little noise? That's probably a lip smack. Right before singing. That's what you want. Let's listen to what this is. Nice little breath. I'll take that one out. Sometimes you want to keep the breath, sometimes you don't. This fade in doesn't need to be that long. I'm going to do that. I'll even micromanage here. There's probably a couple little breath slip smacks here. I can get rid of. This makes me think of doing that some sound and editing for like dialogue. It doesn't matter if the fade.
Say and please grab.
It doesn't actually matter too much if the fade actually goes over the vocal as well. That's not the end of the world. Oh, my posture's terrible. I've got like prawn posture. Right, let's get rid of that. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. Look at me being so micromanagey about this bullcrap. This is what us... You know, there's there when people are like, "Oh, I want to be a producer when I'm older." This is like half the job. Little things like this. Some guys, they work the job and they don't even have to do anything like this. Sometimes this is the fun of it, though. Is get to watch someone completely inexperienced pretend like they know what they're doing, and everyone goes, "Wow, you're doing such a good job." Yeah, sure I am. Sure I am. Why did I want to split these ones up? I wanted to put the lead. That's why. I don't know how I feel about that though. Maybe if I just do this, fade it out. That actually isn't too bad. I don't know, I just don't know how I feel about that. What's going on here? I think we wanted to keep this in. Yeah, we lost the plot there. There you go. That's not... Alright, cool. Got the end of the song. So there was like a synth. I'm pretty sure this wasn't even so much a synth as it was a digital keyboard with a stock preset that we liked the sound of. And when I say we, I mean the band. Anyway, I'm kind of getting through some stuff. There's this bit here with the here. I'm in there. I forgot about that. Actually, I might have. come up with this bit, I can't remember. I definitely do remember this. I remember I was just me in the studio with some other peeps, and we did a bunch of, we did obviously 3 takes, 6, and one of them was, I think, we moved some people around as well, because it was, I think it was pretty much all men that were doing, and I think there was like one woman that was doing some of this gang vocal stuff. So it was like we tried to move each other around, so we got like a good mixture of voices. And especially since I'm so loud and need everyone to hear me, even when I am the engineer, whoopsies. Yeah, you can definitely hear me in the background. So that was like a whole thing. Where are we? Get those fades. So yeah, here's one. So what I should definitely do is do that. Because I think this one's the loudest one. So if I go through these. Versus. You can definitely hear me there. And then that was definitely me singing a little bit more. So you put them all together. Okay, well maybe don't pan them out so far. This one goes in the middle because that's the quietest. Maybe no, I'll try hard panning again. I love this. I'm not doing anything in the correct order. Oh, hello. Hello, Ishan Kasa. I only just saw that message. Nice, thank you. That's definitely a good mix there. Of just like the panning there specifically. One more time. And then this one here as well. You can definitely hear some feminine-esque voice there in one of them. You can hear the singer there, I think. I could definitely hear the guitarist there. And then yeah, we're all a little bit blended there again. So then once again, all 3, along with the vocal, which I gotta bump up these vocals. Great singer. Wasn't really singing loudly at this point. Whoop. Stereo, aux input. Let's do 2, because there's going to be some vox verb and some vox delay, which is why I need this stereo thing. Whoop, no, I don't want that. Like this. This is what I do at 11:05 p.m. You know, turn on heat as well. I don't think I'm going to use it, but I could turn it on theory. Oh, no, I don't need it. Anyway. I've actually put them in the wrong folder, I realize now. Oopsies. Alright, so here is what's going on here.
They didn't want me. It don't feel quite so sweet. Don't wanna taste you anymore. Hear the bell ring at the back.
So that this vocal was taken just with the actual vocals itself. This one, they were playing guitar at the same time, and you can hear the guitar in the next booth over. We had some isolation booths, and you can hear the next booth over.
They wanted her, they didn't want me.
I reckon I could find that
frequency.
frequency.
Don't wanna taste you anymore. Hear the
You can
bell
definitely
ring
hear
at the
it
back
there.
door. They decided I was in their flavor.
Such a good singer as well. Like, she wasn't singing very loudly at this point, but she was absolutely killing it with like tonality. Like, I remember one song was a bit less like this, but this song was just, it was a very iconic song. And I remember that whole like where everyone shouts, "Hear the bell ring at the back door." That was like a big iconic part in this song. Man, I really wish that like these guys would get back together and do some stuff. Probably want an eighth note. Let's do 100% mix. I don't want to do left right ratio. I wish I could have, I suppose that's not really how stereo works, but if I do 16th notes, it won't be too ping pong, will it? 16th notes. If I go, like I said, once again, this is the wrong way to do things. I should not be doing verbs or delays at all, and if any of my trainers saw me doing this, they'd probably kick me in the shins. Go like, you haven't even done any compression on the vocals, you've slapped on an EQ, called it a day, and you're trying to get some reverb going. Trying to get a rough idea of what it'll sound like.
So I did them a favor, won't be your treat anymore. Hear the bell ring at the back door.
I mean, first of all, sounds a little bit wonky there.
They wanted her, they didn't want me. It don't feel quite so sweet. Don't wanna taste you anymore.
I think that's a better idea. So, but we got the talky bits as well, and I want to use a different. I want to use a different. We call it talky. Delay. Want to use a different delay for that, and less verb as well. So, at the start of the song, it's this.
Milk bar's a fun place to go. There's so
Way too much delay, see? So I could either move it to a different track or I could automate it, and I think I'm going to automate it. I want to do Fox and level. So first of all, here, oh, actually, I need to do here, all the way up to here, none, none, none. So only at this point, what's going on after here? Oh yeah, it's just guitar at that point. That's how loud the guitar is. Anyway, yeah, we don't want that. So after the point where they say hear the bell ring at the back door, that's the last bit.
they wanted her, they didn't want me. It don't feel quite so sweet. Don't wanna taste you anymore. Hear the bell ring at the back door, they decide.
Anyway, so this bit here,
The milk bar's a fun place to go. There's so
Pardon
many
me?
sweet things to choose from.
I should probably turn down how much verb is getting sent. How much is getting sent.
So welcome, 'cause it's nice to feel loved, it's nice to feel wanted, it's nice to feel somewhat important.
Definitely don't need that much verb. Also, definitely doesn't need to be that much. Yeah, 1 second is plenty in just like a regular room. Let's try that again.
The milk bar's a fun place to go. There's so many sweet things to choose from. Reaching out, saying please grab me.
I think having like that amount, especially since that second one's super quiet. Yeah, so I want to turn down the verb though. Once again, just the amount of level that's here. Just to feel somewhat important. Anyway, and then, so we got, oh no, that's delay. This is verb. What did I set the first one to? 19. Okay, so this one needs to come up.
Then one fine Thursday night, it happened right before my eyes. They started talking, they started wanting something that I just couldn't give. Did the price go up? Did I get boring? Is it 'cause I did the other morning? I could tell something was going on when Claire walked in and all the shelves dropped like.
I mean, there's a breath there, so that's like something that you want to get rid of.
Price go up, did I get boring? Is it 'cause I did the other morning? I could tell something was going on.
You can hear breath. You can normally tell breaths because breaths show up, especially one like that shows up in the mix a lot. So I got to do this.
Was going on when Claire walked in and all the shelves dropped like.
Oh, the shells drop like do 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 do. He said once again, Singer found out I was doing this, she would kick me. But then she'd probably also be like, "Oh, you said so many nice things about me," and she'd still kick in my shins. Anyway, I'm talking about that a lot. So this is fun part about mixing, right? It's super fun, isn't it? Especially when you see how it's done and it's nowhere near as fun.
It's nice to feel somewhat important.
I also took a breath out there, didn't I? Nice to feel wanted. It's nice to feel. God, are you okay? I mean, yeah, I'm fine actually. Thanks for asking. I don't know why. I mean, like, maybe. No, I'm fine. Thank you for. Is it Are You Okay Day today? I actually need to search this up. What a kind thing to say to someone. I mean, like, man, being coffee high, I could do with some caffeine, even though it's like super late here. Actually got band practice tomorrow, so I should probably be in bed. You okay day. I love how I'm. Are you okay day? When is it? September. Yeah, okay, I'm ages off. Well, thank you so much for asking. I am actually quite well. How about yourself? I'm even gonna double check this stream. You could do with the decaf tea, mate. I love that. Oh, thank you. I assume you are being insulting by saying that, but I'm gonna take it as a compliment. I could actually do with like a just some sort of caffeine, caffeine. Let me just double check that. Awesome. Everyone gets to see everything that I'm doing right now by doing that. It looks like we might actually be getting somewhere with this mix. I'm gonna chuck a limiter here. I'm not gonna do anything with it yet, it's just gonna sit there, because it's gonna end up there anyway. Alright, there definitely needs to be a compressor or something there. Come on. I think I'm exited out of the thing, so Streamlabs was being a little ditty. I don't know what it is. Little ditty, little silly bugger. Stupid, silly little bugger. Alright, got that. Change the color. Look at that. Alright, we do have some lead guitar stuff, although I don't think that one was used at all. Unless there is a... No, it's definitely not there. Or what about this? Nope. What about this? What is that? Completely different song. Once again, completely different song. So I don't know where we're going with this. Interesting. Be able to load the chat. I don't think this is used at all. I might just hide and make inactive. Do I have taping? I mean, technically there's heat here. Pretty sure heat does something like that. Kind of hear it there if I bypass it. Like, it does me maxing it out, and that does kind of do that little thing. But yeah, aside from that, I mean, that's kind of like the only thing there. Alright, let's sort out this Vox Guitars bullshit. Because, we were absolute idiots when we recorded this. And we didn't know what we were doing. So that sounds basically kind of like if someone tried to make a DI sound from a guitar and they couldn't get it right. And that's not on the band, that's on the engineers that were working on this. Start off. Yeah, exactly. The putting it on the master really helps. What am I doing? Put it on the wrong one. Might even be able to... I mean, there's no bottom end to that tone there. Like, what were we doing aside from being idiots when it came to mixing? I'm gonna add some body in there. I'm just gonna pretend that that's a better tone because at least there's something there now. I mean, that's like so thin. If I do that, and then with the yeah, that's a guitar amp. That one there's two guitars going here, so there's. And that lead guitar just sounds so far away as well. This is me revisiting an old project from when I was back in uni. So, what's here? I always thought that was cool. I'm just gonna break that off from everything else. That gives me a rough idea of the level I want to be hitting with that. If I hit that well with everything else. Chuck a compressor there maybe. So we did compress guitars, but I think I just need the volume. Let's go slow attack, fast release. Gives it a little bit more room. Alright, now I can go about 120 there. Alright, now that we've done listening to that a bunch. Hold on, let's shut up the synth for a little bit. I mean, it just sounds so far away. Oh, I didn't think about doing the Tom Petty trick. I mean, there isn't really a lot of low end there to, you know. Like, I'm not really doing anything there. Maybe if I could do something there. And if The biggest issue with this guitar is that it just sounds really far away. Like, even if we haven't mic'd it. I mean, we have mic'd it, but it sounds like that it's mic'd with a room mic, even though it isn't. Like I said, we had no idea what we were doing when we did this. Like, it sounds good there. It sounds a little bit closer now. Almost like trying to give it some proximity effect. I have an exciter for the guitar. Yeah, that's again. It doesn't matter where I put this thing. It's not doing anything. Let's see where Aphex Exciter. I don't think I have that, but whether I have something EQ. I don't know if an EQ would do it. I got all of these plugins and I probably have only used like 2 or 3 of them once. Let's chuck the channel strip on here, see where that goes. What we got here. If I just loop somewhere here. Multiband, I mean, like a multiband compressor could do the trick. I suppose, actually, yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, that channel strip seemed to work, but I actually think if I go, have an idea. If I go with a multiband dynamics, let's check out the Pro. I don't think I've used this one, and if I have, it's only once or twice. But if I chuck the gain up on the low end, compress it lots. Wait, let's slowly bring the gain up. Kind of adding a rumble, like there isn't much there. Yeah, maybe if I go that before that, try that. Yeah, there isn't really much there in the tone anyway. I think I'm just gonna have to stick with what's there and try and make that work. See, that's the thing, bump up the low end, I can't really. This little messy guitar. Luckily I sort of know how to record guitars now, somewhat. Better than this, that's for sure. Whoa! Adding some fades. But yeah, thank you so much for the help actually. That's some cool tips. I don't think it's working here, but I'll have to keep that in mind in future. I always forget about like the whole like Tom Petty trickery of bumping up the low end. There isn't a whole lot there. I wonder if I send that Vox. If I send them both to guitar verb, right? Let me think. That's the best bet you're gonna get with a DI. Nice job. I mean, that's the thing. These aren't even DIs. These are actual guitar amps. Like, this happened. How long was it? 2 years ago now. Somewhere around 2 years ago, I was working on this. First time doing a big thing at uni. Yeah. After this Last Dance with Mary Jane. Oh yeah. Mary Jane's Last Dance. Alright, I'm gonna try this whole thing. I need to add some space to the guitars. No, let's try a different compressor. I always use this one. I think I have a compressor literally called... Oh no, I don't. But I do have Studio Reverb, supposedly. And if I add some of that... Oh yeah, it just gives it a bit more room. I mean, even just right there, just having that makes the guitar sound bigger already. I haven't even done much. Ah, Mike, I can't remember. I think it was just a 57 on each. I remember this was just kind of like a one-day thing, so we tried to get 3 songs done in a day. So I don't think we put much thought into what we were using. I'm pretty sure it was just SM57 on both of these guitars. We just turned them on, gained it up, and called it a day. Yeah, a bit of slap delay too. Like, listen to this guitar. Like, I don't even know what reverb this is. Like, this is pretty short reverb, but it made it sound, yeah, exactly, yeah, 57. You know, we didn't really know what we were doing. Let's see, where are we here? Like, especially this one, like, this Vox guitar track, this was like a Mustang into some... like PV Valve King or something like that, or like a Laney. I don't think it was a Laney. I think it was like some really thin amp with really like Mustang with thin pickups, going into a 57. Yeah, so like, yeah, 57's good for just about anything, but if you don't use it right, it can sound bad. Oh, it just sounds good. That really sounds better. Now, the issue with mixing on headphones like this is I have no idea where to set the bass. I'm gonna start trying to bring the bass up though. So it's still a little bit thin sounding, but definitely better now that I've added some body there. I'll have to mix in those gang vocals as well, but this is my favorite thing to do with bass. It's such like a metal thing to do. I've got this compressor, turn the peak reduction all the way up, turn the gain like all the way up. I really should take like a copy of this, like duplicate this, and just have like a really like, so this can be really low output. What do they do? It's funny that I'm gonna use like a real like metal technique for this, but you take all the low end, all the high end out, just use the mids, chuck that through like a distortion. I probably won't do a distortion, I'll go maybe this one here. So this. So then you've got this blend, especially in the chorus, goes well. Like here, not like a good idea to do that, but in these like louder parts, if I go here somewhere, I can always fix it up. Hold on, because I'm compressing it so heavily. Probably way too much bass and I just don't realize it. It is the only instrument there. Give it some body. Definitely not yet. Here is where I want it. I didn't realize how far into the song we were. Just something like this. Just sort of really subtle, but it kind of works. The best part about Ages Ago, where you decide to not where you decide that you're not going to do the smart thing. Hold on, where is it? Right there, right. I can use the vocals as a reference. And then when the vocals go off, that's when that comes back in. I actually think it sounds better if I don't do that. If I give the low end, give the high end. Whoopsies. Gotta love how I'm doing everything in such a dumb order as well. Actually, I did quite like how that sounded. Right, that gives me an idea. I didn't hate how that sounded. Okay, so I'm going to do a hard left and a hard right. So this one goes in the middle. I don't think I'll send these ones, but I'm going to go one. I want that JRC on the default. The issue is that it's just a very mono sounding mix. JRC. I am going to go L guitar and R guitar. The reason why I'm going to do that is so I can Command G rhythm guitars, and I'm not going to follow globals, but I don't want to do any of this. I want them to be separate, but I want the solos and the main volumes to be the same or similar enough. For example, I mean, it's such like a weird way of doing it, but it just adds a little bit of distortion, you know. And the other one's waves, maybe. Nah, it needs to be more dirty. It needs to be a dirtier sound. But DC distortion, If I actually do something, I don't hate that. So if I've got this going, such a weird way of doing it. I would never normally do it this way, but this is bass dirty. Just because it needs to be dirtied up. It was never dirtied up like this. Such let's actually get rid of that. Okay, now I get to the vocals and compressing them, especially here. Somewhere here.
No bar's a fun place to go. There's so many sweet things to choose from. All reaching out, saying please grab me. Always feel so welcome. It's nice to feel loved. It's nice to feel wanted. It's nice to feel somewhat important.
Realize my chat hasn't been updating, which is annoying. It means I have to go back into the app. So I haven't been ignoring the messages that you've been sending. It's just my app hasn't been telling me that you've been sending them, so I do deeply apologize. Bear with me. YouTube YubTub, as I like to call it. A yub, a tub, a yub tub. Oh wow, you've been saying a lot of things. Stop. Solo needs help. Where? Come on. Come on. Ah! Oh no, I just dropped my phone. Okay. Help me out here, phone. Where am I up to? The SM57. obviously the small amp. And amp itself, yeah, exactly. That's a big thing. Dialing in an amp to the room is not the way to do it, because the moment you mic it up, it sounds terrible. Yeah, so you don't want to do that. Kick the grunge bass bit in for the guitar solo part only. Sometimes less is more kind of thing. You make the bass even more grungy. Idea is to make it sound like it's off the rails when the guitar solo kicks in. Grungy bass. Create a whole different sound, and then left, right at the solo needs help. Sorry, it's just too loud to mix. And so mix, first do that, call it something like guitars, whatever. Sorry, I'm all caught up now. I think you've been giving me lots of helpful tips. I am kind of sort of trying to put some guitars in there. Maybe if I deep that down a little bit more. So if I copy this, but that's guitar verb 1, and I want to send this to guitar verb. If I change this to lead guitar verb, keep on getting that mixed around, and then I want to send to lead guitar verb. Let's see, and then I can go haha like that. And these both do this. Now let's change the color of all of you to be orange, because orange makes sense to me. And then lead guitar can be red. And you both actually go to move to new folder. And this is a routing folder. This is lead guitar. Yeah, hold on. Lead guitar bus. I'm not really good at the whole, let's do LD. Guitar. Lead guitar bus. Alright. I know like capitalization is completely like non-existent at the moment. Let's do that, and then that, just so I can tell the difference from a first sight thing. So the synth is there, making sure that, yeah, I'm all caught up. All right, now it's coming through. There's definitely a lead guitar now.
There's so many sweet things to choose from. We'll reach out, say please grab me.
I don't want that.
Always feel so open. It's nice to feel loved. It's nice to feel wanted. It's nice.
It's gonna pop out a bunch now, isn't it? True, you don't want it to sound like it's clean. It does got that real dirty sound to it. I actually think that that's completely maxed out. I think you make a really good point about this. Get rid of that. Let's see if I can get the mix in here right and go from there. I thought I was onto something. AAE error encountered. Might be that I should save. I'm not sure if I'm vibing with this as much as I was before. Guys, too much bass. It's just like a weird guitar part as well. I mean, I'm trying to put distortion onto something that didn't originally have it, and a guitar at that. So it's like such a weird thing to do. Very unorthodox. Eventually, it's funny how when the mix progresses, that happens. So what happened was the mids were like spot on, or not spot on, but like much better for when it was just the guitar. But now I've added the other guitars and done all this mixing, and now it sounds bad. I mean, it sounds bad, but in the mix, it's fine. I think like the this whole especially this, not very good. When you add into the mix and it doesn't sound, it could sound worse. Why, you know what? Why is that not doing the thing? Color coding. Track color. Just do that for me, please. If I change the color of the track, could you please change the color of the tracks in that thing? Thanks. In that thing. Hot toe, spit on that thing. Why did I say that? Bringing it back. Alright, let's have a look at these drums. Because I haven't looked at drums in a while. That's already sounding way better than I first opened it. Even if that's not like great, that's still like, there's that ring. I think I'm gonna have to live with that. That was poor mic placement and not like a lack of insight into tuning. We didn't even have a hi-hat mic for this. Kick in, kick out, snare top, snare bottom, rack tom. I assume this is floor tom, not rack bottom. I didn't even need to do floor bottom. Just go floor tom. It's 11:49. I'll give myself a break. Does he even hit the toms at all? I think here. There he is. There you are, Jimmy. Right there. There's a tom there. I hear that tom hit. That one tom hit. Sounds awesome. And then this one. It doesn't sound awesome, but it sounds better than it did. Probably should do this. Thank you, microphone. Can you hear my microphone acting up? It sounds great, doesn't it? Alright, so I think that's the first time he hits the toms all song. Man, this drum is great. I remember like that was like the big thing with recording any drummers, so it was just like we set up these tom mics and they get used like 2 or 3 times in the song. Oh, man, he's so good. Sorry, I am gawking over this drummer's performance. A little high end to the snare. Are you saying get rid of that high end or add that in? I assume get rid of that high end. I want that, and to basically really run that out. Don't need the full bit of it. Add it in the high end. I will do that for sure. It's like having my own teacher, my own little teacher here. Re-adding high end. Alright, anyway, so let's have a look at this snare top. Oh yeah, no, I hear that now. I've tried to take out the high end, just need to change where I've moved that. Is that snare bottom? Alright, now let's have a look at this. First of all, don't need any of that. I can get rid of everything here. It's useless. There is some snare here. Oh wow, look at how far. I didn't even think about that. I've actually got to see how close these overheads are to each other. Oh, they're actually pretty close. I mean, those overheads are far away. I might actually... Can I just eyeball it? Yeah, hold on. Right, because I'm not in slip mode, am I? First of all, I don't really want to do that yet, but that one's actually out of phase. I do actually need to change that. Oh yeah, I can really see it now. About there. So if I go there, that's pretty close. There you go. And the room, I'm okay with keeping the room a little bit further out, because the room's actually... I've been trying to trust me. I mean, I haven't even compressed anything, so compression would probably help, but even then, like, the natural sound's not too bad. Definitely heard worse. I've got a grid on. There's nothing's clicked to the grid here, so... Probably in that case, because both the... So, from what I remember, so... Both the toms, so the kick mics will be fine. Snare bottom will be fine. Snare top. Where are we? Oh, I gotta remember where this is. Don't help me. I mean, yeah, it's probably fine if you do. If I go other, invert. There it is. And I want to invert that. I mean, I should probably do these together. But yeah, both kick mics will be fine. Snare mic should now be in phase. Yep. It's not 100% lined up with itself. It's probably fine like that though. The overheads are kind of a bit how, like, sometimes they're in like they're one way, sometimes they're the other way. I mean, are they even lined up with each other? I mean, they're kind of at different points, so that's why you move it to the snare. There you go. My snare hits are going to be the best bet. Oh yeah, they're mostly going negative. This room mic is going positive. Keep that there. So let's go these ones here. Let's invert these. Other invert. And there you go. Low end. I think I already did take out some of the low end in the overheads. Already sounds like it's punching more just because everything's going positive. I mean, like, if I were to go here, if I just take these snare hits, for example, and already just punches so much better, just having it in phase. Now, my EQ, I've got about 120, I could probably take out more. I don't want to take out too much low end, but probably enough there. Let's do that. Sounds pretty banana. What I should do is the oldest trick in the book. So I want to do somewhere around there. Actually, it's long before that. Pretty close there. I want to chuck them down by about 2.5. Fun fact about taking down the hi-hat, I can't. There is no dedicated hi-hat mic on this mix. So the best I can do is just take down the high end here. Literally never heard of that. That is amazing. I'm gonna start telling people that. Put it, like, if you're having trouble with it with a de-esser, man, put a de-esser. That's awesome. Can I put it on just? I like it better.
They wanted her.
Let's go here. No, I've put on too much now. What I do need to do is figure out there's like that 2.5k hertz. I forgot that there was a mono room here that I haven't used at all. First of all, I'm going to do two things with this room mic. One, I'm going to duplicate it. This is going to be the trash mic. This is the, I don't even know if I need a trash mic, but where are ya? 1176. We'll use the 1176 for this. Input, output, 20. I'll just leave the attack and release. That sounds so crazy. I do need to like do some compression. I don't know. It's 12 a.m. and I gotta be up earlier in the morning. I might leave it there for something that's just like I'll get on and do some stuff. There's a little trick that they actually taught us at uni is to just take a mic and chuck it through like a LA610 or an 11. No, I think it was normally a 1176, and you press the all button and you just crank everything, and it just sounds like that, and like good mix. You mix it in. Yeah. Use Freshies tomorrow. I don't know. There's something fun. Maybe I'll jump back on stream. How does it sound without? Yeah, no, this is definitely a heat project. But yeah, awesome. Alright, well, yeah. Thanks for coming to stream, everyone. And by everyone, it's probably just Coffee High 420, but thanks so much for stopping by. This is pretty cool to sit back in the studio, just kind of mix for the sake of it. I mean, there's nothing here. It's just a little fun mixing thing. But everyone who has been watching, and I assume the VOD goes up as well, so hope everyone enjoys the VOD. And have a good day, night, everyone.